I'm an asshole, bro. I always picked on everybody. I was really low key like a bully, but not really a bully. So when he flamed me, I'm like, bro, at least I forgot what the fuck I said. It was something like, so it was like, bro, at least I don't look like a foot or some shit, right? And then the whole chat went in on him, and that's where I left. I'm like, oh shit, I think I just made this dude commit suicide.
Hello. Welcome to the Code 99 Podcast, episode 10. Your boy Carl G. Your boys Myron. Brad, how y'all guys doing?
I'm chilling,
Good
bro.
over here. I'm alive.
Same here, same here.
Survived another CrossFit?
Yeah, my elbow's barely holding up, but I'm surviving.
Damn.
What about you, Myron? I know you're not CrossFitting, but I know you YouTubing.
I'm cross eating. No, let me stop. Yeah, I'm YouTubing, recording photos. I'm doing it all still.
That's good. That's good. I ain't CrossFitting. I'm a little bit YouTubing. We still got some stuff coming up. I'm started dieting.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm doing I've been doing my little exercises for a few months now. Been, gaining traction with that, but now I'll get on the eating hand, starting with a little boost of a little soup diet. It's like a 7-day little diet, help clean your system, get the toxins out. And just, puts vegetables in. Like every day is like there's like a new rule that you have to follow. Like the first day you eat the vegetable soup, and you also only can eat fruits like without bananas, and next day is vegetables, next day is fruits and vegetables, and so on and so forth until 7 days is over. Tell.
Now I hope it. You continue it, at it, and you make it a lifetime thing. Um, Fortunately, where we come from and raised from, a lot of us we don't prioritize eating our vegetables. We like the sugars and the juices and the snacks, and we love black and Hispanics. We love white rice and fried chicken. It all tastes good. It's all good in moderation, but we tend to stay away from the veggies and fruits as much. So I hope it plays out well, and we'll check back on your progress, I guess, at the end of the year to see how far you've come.
Yeah. Well, this is just a 7-day. Obviously, like it's again, it's like a kickstart. So, like one just like help you lose weight real quick, but also break the habit. It helps me break a habit. Just like once you eat the vegetables and stuff like that. But let's see what happens.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Myron from the Code 99 Podcast, and I'm here to tell you how you can help us make the podcast better. You can go to your Apple Podcast, your Spotify, or your platform of choice and leave us a comment review. This helps us with our visibility and helps us be better. So don't forget to follow us at Code 99 Podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Here we're going to fill you in on what's going on with the podcast and update you, the listeners. Free feel to reach out to us and comment and like and all that stuff. And plus, we get to interact with you guys, our listeners, which is really important, so we can build that audience. Catch you on the next episode and see what we unlock.
On to the topic of the episode. Social media? A social dilemma.
You saving for that one. I like it. No. So yeah, what's up? Social media. We're the generation who literally made that poppin', for lack of a better term.
Agreed.
Yeah. So what was your first? What was your earliest memories of social media? What was like the first thing I had, or first thing that came out y'all could remember?
I was on Sconex. Yeah, I got it. I the only because it just popped. It just popped into my head like once you mentioned social media, all those like semi vivid memories. I never forget making my first Sconex because my friends talked me into it, and like just finding everybody in my class, in high school, and yeah, it was just like it was experience where like, oh yeah, I could just talk to anybody here now. Like that's weird. And I was finding a whole bunch of people, because social media is meant to be social. That's why it's called social media. So I was socializing with mad people, and I was trying to kick it to some girls. I'll never forget that. Yeah, I was. And then I always had that profile picture where like I never really showed my face, but like I showed my fitted collection. I, I was a trip back in the day, honestly.
Oh man, let me watch my mouth. He said,
Fitted collection, yo. I ain't gonna lie. I remember that Sconex. Then like everybody wanted to make sure everybody made sure they was in high school or they was in the right high school. And then I think I was high school on the list at first. You remember?
yeah, I heard. I didn't have a Sconex, but I remember.
Yeah, we had to like do all this crazy stuff just to like get our name or like go under another name on another school. It was funny. Like what?
Are you serious? I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember if mine was there, honestly, because going to Catholic school, no one really knows about us and shit. So,
I mean, your school was like established. Our school was like we did. It was only the second year out.
Second year, yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
true.
Our school was made in what 2004. We got there 2005.
Yeah,
like that for us, but yeah. I just remember like the excitement. Everybody get one. Like you said, trying to just get girls. You like adding going to different high schools. You're like, ooh, what girls is from this high school? That shit. It was stuff like that. You said you didn't have
even before. Sorry, but even before Sconex, I know you guys remember the AOL chat room.
Oh,
the AOL dial-up, AOL 5.0, 6.0, 7.0.
Yowzers, yeah.
I was an innocent kid, bro. All I used my AOL for was to go on Cartoon Network and play games, bro. I didn't do no such things.
In the early days, I used to do that too. So no AOL chat rooms for you, Marlon?
Nah.
Back in the day?
Nah. I joined once and I never wanted to join again. The shit was going like it felt like a Twitch chat nowadays where like it was going way too fast and everyone was just blurting out man random stuff. Hella intimidating.
All right.
How about you, Carlton?
The chat rooms, again, like so those early days of AOL couldn't do it. I had like too much parental revision. I had like the kid account, so I couldn't even, Yeah, I had strict, But yo, I remember, what's even funny that I think when like AOL and AIM first came out, it was like when I was in middle school, right? Like sixth grade, right? You say maybe that fifth, sixth, seventh. I remember I was in Florida.
When they started becoming popping, it was around that time. But AOL chat room's been around for man.
Like
long.
fourth grade.
I remember I had to be on a. Yeah, I remember the floppy though. I mean, I was too fucking young. I was on the internet. I remember my mom had that shit on a floppy disk, but by the time like I was able to have my own account,
floppy disk.
Yeah, I remember that shit. AOL on a floppy disk, you put it in. Yeah, but by the time I had my own account, I was living in Florida, and like I was living with all my cousins and aunt. Yeah, I had to share an account with my sister, so I didn't have my own account. It was a kid account, and I shared it with my sister, so I didn't even have my own name. It was like it was our name put together, Then again, we had like a rotation of like you could be on for like no more than 2 hours at a time, or an hour or 2 hours at a time. So we always had to say and shit. So like I didn't really get a chance to do nothing like that. Everybody hovering over you, everybody doing this and that, and I was like the youngest, so one of the youngest. So I ain't had no chance to do none of that shit.
Well, for someone who grew up in a strict household like myself, those AOL chat rooms is popping. I don't care what. I'm the youngest out of four, so myself, my brother, and one of my sisters. My sister, I have a sister that's 2 years older. So, we experimenting, and the same thing as you mentioned earlier, Carlton, had the parental control kids account, and then I believe we used my mom's account once we started doing like research papers in like fifth grade or whatnot. We'll like sign on to hers. Unless my sister's account wasn't a kid's account. So you know, it's there. It's a computer. You know, computers back then weren't they are. You know, today. Like,
Yeah.
would you guys agree? Like, if you had a computer back then, it kind of seemed like it was like a luxury, sort of.
Oh, 1000%, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
1000%.
And if you had a printer, forget it. Life was
Oh.
good, right?
Oh, I remember. I remember when my mother had a typewriter. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, like early '90s. Like I remember going to a job and she had to use a typewriter, like where they didn't really have computers like that and printers.
and there was no backspace. You fucked up. You fucked up. You made a
Yup,
mistake.
next
You made an
page.
error.
Yep.
You made a mistake. You made
Exactly. Yo, or you try to find a way to type over that thing, yo. I remember I learned how to use that. Yo, typing since the early '90s.
No, yeah, my aunt had a typewriter too, and I never understood how she would get shit done.
And that joint
Yeah,
was
we had
fire.
a typewriter too. But let me get back on track because we can talk about that forever. So yeah, I remember it was like it gave you a
Yo,
list.
wait. Yo, imagine having a typewriter. Imagine instant messaging back in the day if you had a typewriter.
Typewriter,
You-
nah.
ting,
Wildin'.
right? And then you put that shit in the mail, you throw it to somebody. You wait like 10 days, like instant messaging.
That would be the younger generation. Be happy with what you have now. A typewriter
No,
would have killed you.
I'm gonna remember that. Remember that for the end of this convo. Now go back to what you were saying.
So I remember the AOL chat rooms. You know, it was like a list. Like it wasn't just like 1 to 10. There were like hundreds, but to my recollection of chat rooms you can enter. Sometimes you'll click it, it's full, you can't enter it. So I remember it'll be like me, my brother, my sister. We'll all be like the three of us over one fucking computer desk, uh, going into the chat room, and like Myron said, it's just like instant, and it's just message here, message here, message there. And I know you guys remember the famous ASL, age, sex,
Refresh my.
location.
Remind me what that is again? I don't remember that.
What?
You call to know? ASL, no?
Bro, I didn't do chats like that.
Age, wow. Well, age, sex, location. So it'll be like people will be in the chat room and they were like ASL question mark. So it'll be A/S/L question
I
mark,
don't
and
remember that
people
at
want
all.
you to.
Well,
That's how.
vaguely,
Yeah, that's how.
vaguely remember that. I think I vaguely remember that only because people started talk. Like I think it were even school or something. Started talking to like the students about that. Vaguely remember that, bro.
Yeah, that's what it was. And you had to tell people your age. The S is for sex, your gender,
Yeah.
and L as in location. You know what city you're from. So, you know, I don't know how old I was at the time. I don't know, fifth grade, 10, 11 years old. So, like, my sister being a couple years older than us, she was just like, we're going to just put, like, we're 15, 16. Like, and,
Weak.
like, you know, and the thing is, like, you can, like, chat with other people across the world, but then you can have, like, a private chat with someone the, the chat room.
Yeah, you could put them aside. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just it was just fun. Like we weren't on for the people that's listening. You couldn't send pictures at the time, so we weren't young kids sending pictures. We weren't talking about sex. We were all virgins, obviously, at that age. We weren't on there, uh, displaying or giving up personal information or fucking social security codes and passwords. We was on there having fun as kids, not knowing what this chat room, this dating thing was about. And yeah, people was like 16, F as a female / New Jersey, and it was it was a lot going on. It was fun because it was new. You didn't know what the hell it was.
I think it was 10 years old. Like, yeah, I'm 17.
Yeah, I'm 17, bro.
Yeah, nigga live in New York. I'm
New
from
Jersey at that time.
Montana.
You don't even New Jersey. You don't even know what the fuck that shit is at 10 years old. That probably seems so far away from you.
17 female from Montana. How you doing?
Yeah, that's how it was. See, Mara, you don't have any older siblings, man. Oh man, but you probably have older cousins you can ask if they were like raised here or whatnot. So after AOL, what AOL Travel? I guess I'm the only one who had the experience with that, the full on experience. What was the next social media platform that you guys came across? And for those who are listening, AOL and AIM started in the mid late '90s.
You see, yeah,
So
this
our
shit's
knowledge.
old. Um,
Yeah.
my next experience is definitely MySpace because that's the next big thing that took over school. Like, oh, you got a MySpace,
Was it
and you got
Sconex?
a
Was it Sconex or
no.
I
So
thought it was
Sconex was
first, and then
Sconex was first?
Sconex was first, but it like kind of
And
like
it was
fizzled
local,
out.
though.
It fizzled out so
It was
fast,
local.
and also it was local.
It had a good year too, yeah, and it was local. So like once
MySpace,
that shit was for everybody.
MySpace came out, and MySpace was like, oh, we get to like decorate our own backgrounds and put pictures and display our music. So everyone was like, oh shit, I get to like, essentially what it is, like you're showcasing more of yourself. So everyone was on MySpace doing that shit. Like you're online and you fixing up your. I was on that shit constantly, fixing my page, putting new music or doing some shit. And then it really got big because I don't know if you remember, but people started playing the Mafia game on there. So people were like logging in midday at school, go to the library, check in their
Talk
fucking
your
thing.
shit, the Mafia game. I remember that.
Yeah, bro.
remember
Like
that
people,
game.
I remember kids in my school were literally like at lunch. We were like, "Nah, I'm not eating lunch now. I gotta go check out my Mafia soldiers or some shit at the library." It's log in, do what they had to do to reset the timers to keep going, to keep leveling up on that shit. And by that time, Facebook wasn't Facebook yet because Facebook was still like an exclusive thing where you needed like college email and stuff like that. So you didn't really have Facebook. So by the time Facebook came around, it was probably like, I want to say maybe a senior year where it was like more of a global phenomenon. And they took some of
I
this.
got onto Facebook early,
So
only because I was a part of an organization.
right. So because you need a specific email, just like the movie says, all that shit is true. So by the time Facebook came around, it was like senior year, and then as Facebook took shit from MySpace, the only thing that Facebook didn't have was like the customization, but Facebook was just became such a global thing that it was like, yo, we're gonna be on Facebook and I could talk to anybody and everybody and post mad shit. But MySpace was definitely that second thing.
MySpace was popping during this time. It was the biggest thing out. I mean,
Yeah, because
honestly,
Tom, I forget Tom.
and then like MySpace, I think if it found its way to find its longevity, like I think Facebook was the first social media to find a way to like to stay relevant or just like keep its longevity.
Okay,
Like if
it
MySpace,
kept evolving.
yeah, if MySpace did that, I think it would have. Yeah, I feel like if MySpace found its way to have longevity like Facebook did, I think it would have been bigger than. It would have been bigger than Facebook, or still been around, still been something.
First of all, like let's get that across. I think we should have stayed on MySpace. We probably all would have learned how to code, and we probably would have all been working at Google or something.
Facts. I was coding so much, yo. I was learning so much stuff.
We didn't know that at the time, though. We just like, yo, I just want to get this fucking look on my page, but we
Oh,
didn't know
and
we
then
were
on
literally
top of
reading
that-
code.
Right. And then on top of that, like Tumblr did the same thing. And like if you think about it, it was during a time where like emulators was coming out and everything like that. So like people were really like learning how to do that stuff before it became a job. Like it was just legal. You know what I mean? So crazy with it. It was during that everywhere that all that started. And MySpace, man, was fun. I remember like you had your own music on your page. You come to your page, you have your music, you have your top friends.
Oh yeah, you could do top friends and like, yo, I don't talk to this bitch no more. You're not on my top
Or,
9.
like, you're not my top list no more. People really get mad. You're like, yo, why I'm not in your top 5? Why I'm in your top 8? Why I'm not in your top 5? Now you got like have a top 12 because why you not? Yo, it's crazy. Look,
But yeah,
Sprad, you going again?
No, I'm here. Carlton with me. I was on the second row of friends. I was trying to be in
I was
the
on
top
you-
3, but it wasn't working out.
Who was in my top 3? It's probably my family.
No, honestly, I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't
But I
remember.
remember my top 3. My top 3 were my brother, my sister, and my cousin. So that 4th place is always up in the air. It's not my fault. I got all these damn siblings.
You were saying
But
those.
speaking of MySpace though, before I explain why I feel like it phased out. What were you guys putting on your page as far as like background and like music?
The last the last thing I
Ooh.
remember putting on my page, like the last I remember on MySpace, I I think I put some like weird like I don't even know, honestly. I don't remember. But I did put like mad reggaeton at the time on my page of music, to be honest. I have mad Spanish music on my shit.
I said,
Probably
freaky,
probably that or Bandoleros with the Don Omar track and they go like I don't know, some shit like that.
I was putting mad Miami Heat, D Wade, Shaq in my background with Kanye and Jay-Z songs. I'll tell you that much. I definitely was like, I was displaying what I fucking love to watch and listen to for sure. It was fun. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, on my Tumblr too, man. Tumblr, yo, I remember I haven't been on Tumblr, active on Tumblr in so like I don't know, like even before I got out of college. But I remember I just like pulled up again this laptop. Thank you. And then I'm like, I'm seeing I got my Tumblr account. I go to my Tumblr account and I'm like seeing like even like say a week or so before people still retweeting some of the songs I posted or some of the pictures I posted. I'm like, what the hell? Like my shit is in rotation. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it was a nice blog spot. It was pretty dope. It's like they both expanded, like, you know, just being able to show your interest in like in music and like, you know, shows and
Tumblr for me, I just literally like I always knew about it, but I didn't get into it way later, way later. Only because a friend Caesar was into it, and he was like, he's into art, so he would just look up mad random art because you know there's a lot of artists that post stuff there. Tumblr was more like artsy, so
yeah.
And then I got into it, and then I was just like on my page I was just blog shit that I like, to be honest, and just post mad random shit. But Tumblr was around for forever. I just never got into it.
Gotcha.
Carlton, do you remember what I used to have on my MySpace?
I mean, boy King Push. Or T.I. something.
Hey, I was a big T.I. fan. It was all about the King.
He definitely was. I definitely remember that shit.
And from time to time, I would have my boy Amari Stoudemire.
Big
Oh
stat.
yeah, the fucking Phoenix Sun
I think
shit.
I think I did have
I
like
remember that.
basketball on MySpace or something like that. Cause I was, you know, I was with you, Spray. I was a big Suns fan at the time. Cause they were kicking ass, but they just always choked.
Don't say we were chokers.
God, what a team, bro! I literally like not to like cut off on this topic, but I literally just saw like that squad on like a IG post, and I'm like, damn, that team was lit.
It really was though. I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna talk about
I could do it with another topic. We could talk about our favorite teams or whatever. To be honest,
But yeah, MySpace. I feel like for the time, I feel like it reached the peak. Maybe I don't know. This is just my opinion. I feel like it reached the peak that Facebook didn't, but Facebook obviously had the longevity card. I feel like MySpace got played out and it phased out because it didn't fit like the core audience, like the core people. Like we were like getting older and getting to college, and we're all like transitioning from like our childhood to like, you know, young adolescents and manhood and womanhood, and you know you're trying to be more mature, you know, head into these colleges. And I just felt like Facebook was a great welcoming for the college days. And you guys both know that Facebook, originally you had to have, I think you had to be over 18 or needed a college email, I believe, right?
for sure, college email you needed.
Yeah,
And
I don't think I had to be over 18 though, because I had one in high school.
I did too. Remember my first friend? Then it was much. If only people know how much different I mean, they can look up on the internet, but Facebook's so much different.
Oh my
It will
god,
ask you
hella
what's on
different.
your mind, right?
Yep.
what's on your mind, or what are you doing, or what to do, or something like that.
So I remember this about the early times of Facebook. Like you said, it was more for college, organizations, businesses. There was a lot more professionalism to it.
Right.
And then I remember the change when it became public. Like it became like what they call it, like when they had the IPO and it becomes like a public group.
Public
That's when everything
trader
changed.
or
Public traded, yeah. That's when the real change in Facebook happened. There's no more. There was no more privacy, none of that stuff. And it was a lot of spam, it was a lot of advertisement.
I used to be on Facebook a lot back, and like right, just like around the time you said Carlton, like maybe like it has to be like junior, senior year, and then I did it like for maybe the first year of college. Then I kind of just fell off Facebook, and then right around that time, Twitter came around, and I got on Twitter. I got on Twitter, and Twitter's like been my go-to ever since.
It's funny, not me.
Yeah, no.
Stayed on Facebook.
Same here. Yeah.
I've had Twitter for the longest. I didn't use it for a while, but then because of the personalities I follow on the podcast, and the people who talk and all that stuff, like the podcasters, they had Twitter, so I got back on Twitter heavy because of them. Because now I'm following them, and then they supply me with the news because I follow them for news. So I'm just gonna follow them on Twitter when they talk and speak because I like their opinions and stuff like that. So that's why I prefer Twitter, because not only can I just say what I want to say, put the post the pictures that I want to say. At the time, you couldn't just post pictures; you had to go do another app to post the pictures too. By the way, and
on Twitter, I didn't know that.
Yeah, bro, you have to go to a twit pic. That's why, like, if you go far back enough, there's links under people. Like, let's say they do a thing, they say something and they attach a picture to it. It says twit pic because you couldn't just post it all together like you can now. But yeah, so I just started following my favorite content creators, and that's literally where I started heavy, and that's why I found out like this is just I like Twitter because it's so clean. It's like you have your feed, and the people you follow are the people you follow. You don't get excess stuff. I mean, now you do because ads and all that stuff matter now.
Yeah, now, yeah.
But at the time, it was literally that's what you got. If I'm following Sprite or I'm following Carlton, I'm literally just gonna get that, or a correlation to stuff like that. So if Carlton has a basketball friend and he tweets at him or retweets his tweet, I'm gonna get that information, and then I'm gonna hop in that conversation too if I want to say my piece about it. I think Twitter was the one who made the trending thing popping too, because I think
for sure.
Yeah,
it started going viral. Twitter was making shit go crazy viral.
Yeah, and before we jump onto the the more common ones that's still around, there's some little ones. We've had Vine, Beebo.
I don't remember Beebo.
Wow.
Vine?
Beebo. Oh my gosh.
Beebo, I don't remember that. But Vine was huge.
I don't know, cause it was lit. It was looking lit so much.
Please fill me on the Beebo. I don't remember Beebo.
Beebo was the early ratchet fucking shit. That's when you're gonna get those pages where you might find someone to hook up with type stuff.
Yeah, that's it was.
You be finding some pages, you whoa. You like, oh, they allowed to show that?
Is that a titty? No,
that's before World Star and shit was out showing girls twerking and two girls one. You know what I'm saying?
What World Star's another one. If we low key think about it, Reddit's been around a long time.
Reddit's been a while, but it only got popping recently too, because again, it's the accessibility, I said with Twitter, you can just go and make a Reddit and you follow what you want to follow, and you're gonna get exclusively to that. I honestly don't.
Skype. Sorry, Mara.
No,
Skype.
you're good.
Oh
you
my
messing
God.
in the party days, and you messing in your party days, and
what's the other one?
OoVoo.
OoVoo.
I was staying away from OoVoo.
OoVoo, I never got into that. That was my cousin.
Man.
My cousin used to do that with his classmates all the time, but I never got into OoVoo because I never had a webcam. So
that was before FaceTiming. That was what we had before FaceTiming.
Let the audience know, Carlton. Let them know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's something I could talk about. All all our party chat, all that, the group chat shit. I didn't have that time. But by the time I was in college and Ooh came out, man, that's when you FaceTime everybody. Hey girl, you know what I'm saying? You got that whole list. You remember that? That sound that's when you're like, oh, someone's hitting me up. I'm telling you, that's before FaceTime was a thing, bro.
I remember that. Yeah. I never got into it because I didn't have a webcam, so whatever. Which is funny because when all OoVoo was happening and the Facebook was happening, I'm on Xbox, fucking socializing on games with my fucking friends and shit like that. I met one of my best friends on Xbox, and that's the way I was used to socialize. You had a mic, you could get a camera, but you had a mic and you were talking to all these random people playing a game and stuff. So
yeah. I thought OoVoo was gonna take over Skype, and then Skype.
They both died.
Both did. Zoom is kind of like the thing now.
Right. Skype actually lasted longer.
Yeah, Skype lasted longer.
Yeah,
I think some people
that's more like
Skype like in business
business and more like global, like foreigners use Skype more. But like I said, with FaceTime, it's like FaceTime like Apple integrated that shit into their phones, and it just became a thing.
Now you could do that shit on Instagram too. We could start recording on Instagram and just record it from there. On here on Discord, there's a lot of things you can just do it on now.
Oh, I love Discord. Discord is like crazy.
Anchor, but no video. No, stop.
Any other little ones you remember, Gordon? Like the minor ones?
Nah. Yo, I'm gonna tell you one more thing about Beebo, because I remember this is when I said it was dangerous, because I ain't know nothing about this stuff yet. And I was with my like my god nieces and stuff like that, and we all, it was a count. We all teenagers. So we got a fucking I think it was a friend request from guess who? And at the time I didn't know nothing about this shit. Guess who I got a friend request from? Can't guess. It's gonna be a crazy name. Jada Fire. I didn't know who it was. I'm like, who the hell is Jada Fire? Go to the picture. We go to the page, and you see all this fucking porn. You're like, what is going on? Like, what?
Wait. Pause. What? Time out. Flag on the play. You didn't know who Jada Fire was?
Bro, I forgot. I think I was like 15 at the time.
Wait. Flag on the play again. Penalty, 10 yards. You were 15. You didn't know who Jada Fire was?
I wasn't. Again, bro. I think you just heard like who's hovering over my back. When the fuck do I got time to do that? Like, I ain't even have my own laptop. I'm around my god nieces. When the fuck am I gonna go and look up Jada Fire, bro? Come on. Hey, you know what I'm saying? And then the fact that I even clicked on the fucking page, the fucking god niece told her mother like if I was trying to watch that shit. I'm like, yo, I didn't. Like, I was trying to figure out what it was. Like,
she told your mother that?
Told her mom. It's my god sister. It's like, wow, like damn, like I was, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll tell you, bro, I had a struggle. I ain't have no space. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have no damn space to do what I want. Oh, but that was just a funny ass story. I was like, wow, what the fuck? I knew who she was after that day. I knew exactly who she was after that day.
That's funny.
But I don't think there was any more I could remember. I would say like shout out to Facebook, because I did love Facebook at one point. I stopped using it. I had my Twitter days in college. Then I got away from it. I stopped using it after college. Then I was like a big IG person. I was a big IG person.
I only recently got like heavy into IG. Like I had it always, but again,
actually, I was never a big IG, and I mean, I was never a big social media. Like, I'm not looking for follows. I'm not looking for that stuff. So I'm not gonna be like, oh, I was popping on IG or anything like that. But like, as far as like just being interactive, and stuff like that, I was on IG a lot. I started taking more pictures and stuff. I just remember using that shit. I think it's because I was going to Australia. It was Africa, Australia. I had to use it for. I had to use Facebook for, and then like because I was a part of the organization, I was able to use that stuff. And I just remember like using it from there, and just like being able to store my stuff, all my memories and stuff on Facebook. I'm like, I don't even. You don't have no fucking. That's when people stop having like real photo albums, and that's when everything is on Facebook, and it's just like you upload all your photos there. Like you don't have no. You might if you have a photo album in your house, it's like when you're a kid. You don't have no current photos in your house unless you're like a photographer like mine. You know what I
Agreed.
mean? Like everything you do now, and I like helped it because you got all your shit stored there. You can have a whole profile pics. Yeah,
I'm weak.
let me stop. I know you're not, but yeah. So I just want to say shout out to Facebook. It's like where you have all your family stuff. I'll use Instagram for like my fun and stuff. I ain't have no family on that. Nah, that's just for me. Yeah, we can continue.
Initially, I didn't want to make an Instagram, so I made an
Right.
Instagram probably. I'm gonna say later than everyone else. Maybe 6 months to a year after everyone else did. I feel like that's when I made an Instagram.
When
So
did
it's
Instagram
funny.
get popping though?
When did Instagram get popping?
Yeah, because I made one like maybe year, like maybe I want to say 2015 ish.
Yeah, I think I was in college when Instagram got popping. I think I was a freshman.
When did Instagram get popping? I would say 2014.
I can go with that. Well, I forget because we just passed a year, so maybe it was maybe 2014.
I feel like Instagram has had like several peaks. Like they've like keep like pushing the bar up. I feel like.
Well, initial come out, I remember because I was when they still had like the blue boxes and like the icon was still like the brown Polaroid. The app thing was like the brown Polaroid icon,
Right.
and then like it
Or-
was like that for a hot minute. Then like when Facebook scooped it up, that's when it started really changing.
Mm.
I don't know. No, well, Instagram, yeah, Instagram. The early days when there was no DM,
Oh yeah, there wasn't no DM either. I forgot about that.
and I don't think you could tag people in your photos either.
I don't remember that either yet.
Well, I don't. I think you
So?
definitely couldn't like tag them like in a caption, like yeah, you couldn't. Yeah, I don't think you was able to tag photos then. I don't think so because Facebook was definitely doing that. Maybe eventually they picked that up from Facebook.
I remember that Facebook owns Instagram now. So
No, now they do right. No videos right on Instagram. It
hell
was just
no
pictures
videos. Videos is only now because of TikTok and the Vines of the
and
world. Like,
Vine. Yep.
that's why they integrated videos because
That's what I'm saying.
videos is like just. I swear.
A lot of these. So all these social media sites, whoever was able to get to that level of like the sites they are now, like Instagram, Twitter, they all kind of do the same thing. They all found out a way to like stay relevant. Anything that came
From
out,
each
like
other.
Vine, yeah. Think about when Vine came out, and like who took those ideas and like you don't use Vine no more. You
Right.
don't use certain things anymore. Like, but those conglomerates was able to stay. One thing that people don't even talk about anymore is Snapchat as well. That kind of died out. It had its time too. It got ratchet as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. The person who
Think about.
introduced me to Snapchat is talking.
I don't even remember introducing you. I know I was having fun on that shit. I have probably mad memories, like party memories on that shit. Shit was wild.
Then yeah, another app I got a little reckless with. I blame Carlton. I blame
Yeah, yeah.
Carlton too. You can put two and two together, ladies and gentlemen, later. But I blame Carlton too. But yeah, I didn't have a Snapchat. We're gonna stick to Snapchat.
Listen, okay, I
Oh,
would say
God.
this. I'll say this. So while Sprat was throwing shade at me, I was definitely an enabler for people to have fun. I'm saying I definitely was.
I ain't
So
throwing shade at you. I was just telling you.
definitely enable people to have fun. Just say fuck.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna look at the Snapchat, and I made a Snapchat because of Carlton.
I tried Myron. Myron was like, "Nah, man, that's not me." I'm like, "Yo, Myron, just fucking do it, man."
Snapchat was. I remember I fought, before you even told me to make the Snapchat. I knew about it because my friend's cousin, he was in college and he was like, "Yeah, I just send random Snapchats to people and they just send it back to me." That's when it was literally the bare minimum. It was literally you send something and you receive it. That's it. So I been knew about it. And then when it got back to like getting like up there again, where everyone's jumping on it, I made one. And I'm like, this is stupid. I don't like this shit. That was right before. That's when right before it started getting like story heavy and news heavy. You know, now they have like the whole thing where like you could just all these big companies have their own thing. I was like, I was right there right before all that shit happened, where it was just still like friends and stuff like that. Yeah, I never liked Snapchat, to be honest.
Yeah, now it's whatever.
But think about why it played out. It's Instagram.
Why?
No,
You think so?
Instagram took everything that Snapchat had. There's another reason why Instagram is so video heavy, because of stories from Snapchat and the whole video stuff.
No,
Oh, going live.
You go live, you go, and you
They
just
got
do
that from
quick
Snapchat.
snaps.
Yeah.
You do the quick snaps where you go like do a story.
Instagram is the one who literally evolved, like literally incorporated all that stuff first, because even Twitter's behind that. If Twitter just put stories on their shit. They just started doing the
Facebook
video
got
thing.
their stories too.
So yeah, Snapchat started all that story stuff.
Well, Snapchat. But it was like the reason why they all. So this is like this style. It's like Facebook. And now it's kind of getting ratchet, but that's where you can really like get your thoughts out. You can have people comment and like I guess debate and stuff. Twitter is where you can like have that unfiltered shit that's out. Like Twitter definitely you have unfiltered everything. Like I'm seeing people do the craziest stuff on Twitter, like promoting the craziest things on Twitter. It's like there's no rules on Twitter except unless you're Donald Trump. They silence you. But Instagram is more for your flicks. It's more for people who likes to take pictures. Again, they added that video stuff, so they kind of took that from Snapchat. So they took that because Snapchat, you're not being able to see a portfolio of people's pictures. Like snap it for the day and it's gone.
Yep.
So I think that's like you can't really because there's no like stored memories that people could go on. Like you kind of lose its value, especially if like Instagram could do it now.
So which one's
like
your?
have any value?
My question is, which one's your favorite out of all of those we just mentioned? Over
TikTok. Let me stop. You know what's funny? I ain't gonna lie. In 2020, I would say this. It was Instagram. It was Instagram. But all of them, it was Instagram. 2020, I just view social media differently. And it's before like it's before anything like this happened. Or not even 2020, like 2019. Matter of fact, when I was with my girl, actually. And I just had to be a little, just like being more private because just like everyone in your business, everyone just like, it just feels like you don't need to tell everyone everything. So just stop doing social media as much, stop looking at social media as much. I mean, I'm on them more now, obviously, because we're doing the promotion stuff, and I'll check in on my family and stuff. Say how you doing with some friends, whatever. Like for the most part, I don't check in on social media, and people put their whole lives up there. People like be on that shit all day, and I'm like, I might look at it, I might peek at it, and stuff like that. But as far as like being personal and just like having my stuff out there, I haven't done it. I just got back on Twitter. It's fun. Just made it TikTok, and that's fun too because it's like real creative, especially with I was trying to do content creation. I mean, back in the day it was Instagram, but right now I really don't give a shit.
And yourself, Myron?
Oh, Twitter, hands down. Just like what I said before, because it's just I feel like I get everything there first. Like even if any one of you were to bring me something like, oh, we're talking about something or this and that, I'll check Twitter immediately because they're already talking about it before you even bring it to my attention. So I like the fact of the, I guess like just like firsthand, like it's just everything happening in the moment. I remember when a couple months ago when I don't know if you know about this but there was like some Ubisoft had like a situation in Canada where like the employees, there was an active gun situation, and I was literally seeing that live as I was on Twitter because I follow all those content producers because it's like a game publisher. So all those content producers who knew people, they were talking about it before it became a trending topic on the page. So it's stuff like that. Not saying like that's that was a shitty event that happened, but like the stuff like that happens. As soon as like Conor McGregor gets knocked out, I'm gonna see it first on Twitter before anyone else. Something like that.
Yeah, word. I definitely saw the impeachment. I saw the impeachment trial for Trump on Twitter. I went straight to Twitter, saw that video. I said, "Oh shit, this is live from the news."
Bro, it's I don't know what it is about Twitter's algorithm, but they literally were like, "Oh, this is what's hot," boom, and throw it in your face.
That's why it's rising right now. I mean, they understood like after lockdown of the pandemic, people on their phones, more people. That's how we gonna influence these people. Yeah. What are you gonna say though, Sprat? What was your favorite?
It was Facebook when before people like jump ship to Instagram, when like Facebook was in its prime at its peak. Now overall it's probably Instagram, and then like I'm kind of like getting into Twitter more now. I agree with you, Carlton, as far as like Instagrams, where it's just like people just like trying to be in your business, and I guess once you reach a certain place in life, maybe not apply to it may not apply to everyone, but it's just like you want like your privacy and like you're not really focused on the attention. I feel like Instagram's
Yeah.
like the spotlight, if that's what you wanna. Is that the best way
Instagram
to
definitely
phrase it?
is like the big one right now, but it's only because feel like when it comes to like making content or just a person in general, like people like to see who's making the stuff or whatever. I think like you showcasing yourself behind your projects or whatever you're doing, it just shows more character and people like that.
I feel Instagram's more like personal. I feel like it's yes, the same celebrities and the 10% of the world. Yes, they post on both, but I feel like as far as like hearing frequent news on certain people you follow, they happen to use Instagram more. I feel like, well, use it first, but I definitely I'm falling into Twitter. I'm not saying I'm becoming like a Twitter head or a fanatic, but I'm definitely
Twitter's
liking.
fun though.
It's
I think
it's
Twitter's
fun.
more for promotion and Instagram's more
Twitter's the
for personal.
funniest by far. Agree?
Oh
Like it's the
yeah.
funniest.
Oh, fact. That's what they even have Black Twitter. They even have, I do want to ask a question, right? So, as I brought up before, remember how we had typewriters? They had mails that you send through the actual mail, and people will receive a letter and stuff like that. It'd be like a few days, a week, whatever the case may be. Now we have what? Texting, instant messaging, social media. Some will call social dilemma, like the documentary said. Anyone? Did y'all see that?
Say it again.
Yeah, I seen it.
Where like the Instagram
Social dilemma.
No, I haven't seen that. No, I haven't seen that.
But basically, it talks about algorithm. But my main question is, when did social media become toxic?
Social media became toxic, I think, whenever, because I can't pinpoint it, especially being like all three of us have been exposed to social media for so long now. Whenever the negativity jumps onto it, and whenever like, but then you can't really, like I said, you can't really pinpoint it because like it's negativity has always been down there in the low key. So like I don't where there was like people using it for like the wrong reasons and stuff like that. And Yeah, it's whenever that started, to be honest. Whenever people started fucking it up for everyone, one bad seed kind of tends to fuck up the whole batch.
Hmm.
Like, social dilemma, right? We talked about how these social media sites now, like they use look at your data, like they basically there's no privacy anymore. They if you speak something through Siri, if you Google something on your phone, you might buy something and your credit card is connected to your phone. These social media sites are able to show you content based on all this stuff. Meaning, like,
Yeah, the cookies.
if you
Yeah,
just made an Amazon purchase on some Duracell batteries, you're gonna be scrolling through Instagram and seeing a Duracell ad.
block your cookies, bro. That's what I do every
Yeah.
time.
Like, I don't think a lot of people understand that, and like it goes back to like even like them looping the information. Like if they see you, they literally there's literally people on the scene. Like if you log into your Instagram picture, they will see how long you look at that picture before you scroll to the next one. And if
Crazy.
they see you scrolling quicker, like if they see you on a post for like 5 seconds, they'll try to put more posts like right away, like relative to that. You understand? And, like if they see you swiping like real quick on another post, they won't like a lot, like they'll stop showing those posts like as much. You understand? Like it's like a privacy beyond privacy now, and it goes back and go back to what I said before too. About the times where it's like, okay, you had to receive mail, you had to wait, you had to be patient about it, blah blah blah. Now it's like you expect someone to message you right away. You expect someone to hear from you back right away. You can see if they saw the message. You understand what I'm saying? And like create this like fucking craze and like mental thing over your head about what's going on, what you doing, who ignoring me, who likes this, like oh how many likes I got versus how many likes they got. You know what I'm saying? It was like when did that become like a bad thing? Because like we just talked about the whole time about how fun it was and this and that. But there was a time where like that changed and it became something like a tool for you to say like the higher ups to use.
Um.
I'm telling you, it's one bad thing. Kind of tends to spoil everything, And when someone sees an opportunity, someone's gonna take advantage of it.
Yeah, and I to piggyback on what you just said, Myra, I just feel like it was just where like people was just like, I'm gonna push the envelope. So
Right.
let me somehow supersede what this person just did on social media. And like if you think about it, like our generation, the first social media superstar artist, Soldier Boy, and now possibly the most popular, most famous, the best, most successful hip hop artist now is Drake, and it's due to being in the social media era. And you know, like I said, it's about pushing the envelope. Like someone like Soldier Boy, not relevant, but it pushed him at the time in '06, '07 into this realm of like superstardom and crossover appeal, whatnot. I think also that I agree with everything you're saying, Carlton. I think as far as like these companies keeping record and track of everything we do, and they know how to exactly pull us back in when like our attention maybe away from it, or um you like searching something up and you may be decisive or indecisive about something. I think another thing that plays a fact into it is just like censorship. I think we've like went through ways where it's just like certain things are acceptable and certain things are not. And for example, like, there's a well-known family today that's very popular off a sex tape to one family member,
Yikes.
and like And this family is like worth millions, if not billions of dollars to this day just off one sex tape. And people at the time, like, heavily criticized the participants in that sex tape. And I don't think I need to say any names, but for the most part, everyone knows who I'm talking about. And then we got to a point where now, like, on Twitter, you can like have your link or a link tree that'll lead you to your OnlyFans, where it's just like, oh, people are selling sex on the internet. Well, now it's just like, that's
Son,
just your fucking side income, and
Oh my
that's how you're paying
fucking
for
god,
this
bro.
expensive lifestyle that you're living, or
that's
school, or
low. That's
whatnot.
I
low
don't
key
knock.
social media.
I don't knock no one's hustle, but that shit's stupid.
Shit is wild. I ain't gonna lie, that is different. OnlyFans took been out the game.
Yeah, but OnlyFans
That's
wasn't
it.
forced for that, bro. It was literally like it was like Patreon. It
Yeah,
just
Mm.
no.
that's what it was for. It was like Patreon, and it just became what it is now, which is fucking crazy. Like I could have made an OnlyFans as a photographer. Like, oh, you pay me and I'll fucking give you content, type shit.
Do you do
Wait,
you
wait,
think
wait.
there should be?
One
Yeah.
more thing, Carlton. Then, like, as far as like censorship, right? There was a time where you could be on social media and you can say the F word, to a member of the LBGQT community, and it was, I wouldn't say
It
acceptable, but it wasn't punishable. We're
wasn't
at a
reprimanded.
stage. Say that again.
Oh, yeah, you good, you good.
Right, and now we're at a moment in time where it's just like you will be highly criticized, um, your name dragged in mud if you even say a word of that such or anything offensive towards like that community. Just specifically for this situation, not saying that they stand out more than anyone else, but I'm just using that example, folks. Um, I think it has censorship definitely has a lot to do with it, but I feel like it's like it's a trend when it comes to it. There was time where like where you couldn't have rap videos online with so much uh curses and swears, and it had to be the clean version. Now it's just like, oh, social media, everything is so accessible, and here you go, and you can just like release everything at your own disposal.
So, do you guys think there should be more censorship in the internet?
I think it should, but I don't think it will happen because the people
No,
behind these companies and desk, they're gonna always learn how to find loopholes through technology.
and it's
That's
not.
my opinion.
But it's not even about finding a loophole right now. That's just you're restricting something that's supposed to be so liberal. The internet
Mm.
is founded on that, and so like, why restrict something that's supposed to be so free? That's like you have that the censorship comes to each and every person and each and every individual.
I hear that.
If you don't want to see certain things or you don't want to experience certain things, that's up to you to not follow or not not partake in these things.
You're right. I mean, I agree. I agree. But I mean, the only thing I could say against that is that just think, just like anything else, this is an abuse of it. At times, and there should be certain laws and regulations that can help with that without really limiting or censoring the mass from
But that's where what starts it. That's when the people behind these things have to step in, because if you want your platform to be this specifically this, then make it specifically this.
yeah, for sure.
But then I feel like that ties into like a bigger like subject, and I'm not gonna really get into it.
Right.
This country seems to thrive on uh exposure, you know, just negativity, corruption. I wouldn't say this country, just I feel like American culture nowadays is just like people just want controversy. So yes, they want to know about the email scandal. Was it with Hillary Clinton? Hillary Clinton 2 presidencies ago,
Oh my God.
or police shootings that's going on in the west side of America, on the west coast, and it's being televised, and people here on the eastern coastline are like watching it, or presidents in the past having scandals with other women. It's just like, or let's expose whoever's the top female pop star, let's expose their nudes. Like, we, for whatever reason, we just get a thrill of that. So
Yeah.
I think we'll never like have like complete 100% privacy. Could it be to a point where it's just like you feel more safely about, you're not so like mindful of everything you post or say on these like social media sites? Possibly, but it's always gonna be like that little window of opportunity where it's just like, well, let's just leak this, or let's just tap into this confidential information of such and such.
I hear that.
I think we cracked the code for today.
Yes, we did. Definitely cracked the code for the day.
That was,
Guys,
yeah.
What's up?
all the listeners out there, everybody who's been rocking with us, been hearing us out, who's been checking in and out, liking our stuff, sharing our stuff, and just following us along this journey. I want to thank you. We getting it from all around the world, right? Shit. Seemed like we got Germany the other day. I was like, oh my God.
We have to go out to Germany and record a podcast out there.
Word. So if you out there, let us know. We make a trip. um, guys, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, now TikTok. Code 99 Podcast. Again, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Code 99 Podcast. We also got a Facebook group. If you check us up on Code 99 Podcast, follow us. We'll be updating everything, each platform. Not daily. We try to do it daily, but definitely just consistently. Your boy Carl G signing out.
Myron?
Your boy Sprad. 3 guys, 1 code. Check out next episode to see what we unlock next.
Peace.